I'll be just driving and I just start crying. So we just got out of Ambree's last ever back brace appointment. Welcome to the vlog today. I'm just heading out the door to pick up all the dance kids and cheer kids and get them to where they go. And I don't think I've touched the vlog until now. It's almost 2. I have to get to Daisy's school, pick her up. These are the dinners for Ender and Evie. And Mondays are bananas. So here we go. All right, so I have to get Evie's stuff put in Frankie's seat. And she just has a bunch of like random, because she's supposed to dress up in a Halloween costume, but I just got her regular clothes in case she doesn't want to dress up. I got Ender stuff. He's supposed to dress up too, but I couldn't find his costume. And then we got Daisy's stuff here. Okay, but that's part of Evie's. Put Daisy's stuff up here. Clean out this for a sec. Oh, I still have orders that I forgot to fill out. I'll have to do this when I get back. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something really important. Oh, I'm gonna bring a friend something. Hold on. So I went to lunch with some awesome women. Most of them I did not know. There were 3 that I'd met before, but there was like 10 or 12 women. So I got to meet, and hey, you're not coming, bud.
But I want to.
No! You're not gonna have any fun. You're just gonna be in the car for 4 hours.
But Mom, I want to.
You have to bring shoes. Could not talk with Frank, trying to get in the car to go. He finally fell asleep back there, and I have a minute. So I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about my day so far. So today is the 1-year anniversary, I guess. It's a horrible way to say it. It's been 1 year today since our friend Ava passed away. If you haven't been here long, or if you didn't hear the whole story, she was just the most amazing girl. She was a senior in high school. The first day of Zade's school, first day of school, new school, he didn't know anyone. She walks right up to him in first period and it's just like, "Hi, my name's Ava," and was immediately sweet and nice to him and was such a good friend to him, and like wasn't just like nice for a second, like genuinely stayed by him, made him feel like he was her best friend, you know, like, I don't know. I have this special place in my heart for this girl, because I feel like that was part of her life mission, was she was such a good person and so close to the Holy Ghost that she was able to look at someone and be like, they need a friend. And she did this for hundreds of kids. Come to find out, after she passed away, her dad is one of our church leaders. He's the stake president. And if you don't know what that is, it's like someone that oversees like several different wards in the area, and a ward is kind of like just like a neighborhood. So he was the stake president at the time for us, and this girl was just so good, you guys. She's just such a good person, and I know that she went straight to heaven and got to work to doing missionary work for people that needed her there. But Zade and Ava would talk often about where she wanted to go on her mission. She wanted to serve a mission for our church, for the Church of Jesus Christ. But so that tells you a little bit about her character, just the sweetest girl. And so this whole week, as Halloween kind of neared, because it was Halloween morning that I had to tell Zade the most horrible news I think he's ever had to hear in his life. And it was so heartbreaking. And so this whole week I've just been like, I'll be just driving and I just start crying because I just miss her and I just love her. And I feel like she was just like a genuine answer to my prayers, because you just want your kid to have a good friend, right? I prayed for Zade to be able to find a good friend, and she was there. She was just an answer to prayer. And I have to show you this photo that she painted. So she died of leukemia. It was like sudden onset. She was fine one day, like they'd gone on a few dates and hung out, and he was gonna ask her on a dance, but someone else asked her, but they'd like hung out a few times, and she was just always consistently so amazing and sweet. And a couple days or a couple weeks before she passed away, she just got flu-like symptoms, and they couldn't figure it out, and she kept getting worse and worse and was on all these medicines. And anyway, she drew this, or painted this photo. I'm gonna show it to you. It's the Savior, and look at the fall leaves, and she's kneeling at his feet. And she painted this a few days before she found out she had leukemia. She found out she had leukemia, and then that day they immediately brought her to Primary Children's Hospital, which is like the best hospital that we have in Utah. And they started trying to treat her, and then she passed away like the next day or 2 days later. Like, it was so sudden, so heartbreaking. And then that photo that she painted it before she knew she had leukemia, and it's just, her testimony just shines so brightly even past her life on this earth. And I just feel it all the time. Like, I pray, and I just like try to understand how she could be needed somewhere else more than here, because she was so needed here and did so much good. And so my heart just breaks. But I've just been thinking about her today, and so I went to lunch with all these new ladies, and I was like, kind of didn't even want to go to the lunch, partly because I'm just sad and just remembering Ava, and just life is crazy. And Davey was like, I think you should go. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go. And I'm sitting next to this cute lady, and you know, we're all talking, and everyone's so nice. And right at the end of our conversation, I have to find the photo that she did. I have it on my fridge, or had it on my fridge for a long time. I think it fell underneath the fridge right now. I need to go find it. But this is her. Her watercolors by Ambree is the artist. But she painted a photo of Ava's family, and it was the Christmas card that they sent out. I have to find it. Okay, well, I can't find the painting, but it's watercolors by Ambree. Watercolors by Ambree. She's the artist. So I'm sitting right next to Ambree, and we're chatting, and we start chatting, and we find out we live kind of close to each other. And I'm like, oh, do you know this other friend that lives close to us too? And she goes, yeah, I'm not super close to her, but she did something for this sweet girl's funeral last year. And I was like, wait, Ava? And mind you, today is like the same day last year that she passed. And she's like, yeah. And so we just start talking about her, and we're both just crying and just, oh, this girl's so amazing. And my heart's just breaking for her family and everyone else that knew her, because she's just that good of a person where it just hurts everyone. And just to put that little connection together where I'm like, I have that photo. They sent it out as a Christmas card. I have it on my fridge still. Like, I couldn't bring myself to ever do anything. Like other pictures, sometimes I just I take a picture of all of them, or like look at them all at the end of the season, and I like toss them away, because otherwise I would just have boxes of Christmas cards. But I was like, I kept that one because I just love it so much. It was a picture of watercolor of their family, and then Christ was like standing next to Ava, and like they were both in white, and everybody else was in like their regular clothes color. It was just so beautiful. Such a beautiful Christmas card. Anyway, it was just like such a blessing to be able to sit and like just talk about this sweet girl. And I don't know, I just think it's cool that God's in the details, like the little things like that, where it just comforted me so much to meet this new person and have this little connection. And I just kind of laugh, because I'm like, that's totally Ava. Like, she is just amazing. I've seen so many times where I've just felt her near when we needed her. You know, it kind of sounds different, but if you've lost someone that you love, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so that was a little bit of my morning, and that's kind of the hard thing we're going through. Just today, just like a heavy day. It just feels like a whole year, 365 days. Like, it's just crazy, and it's hard. But okay, I gotta get to the school. I gotta keep going. You guys thought I was done, but I'm actually not done. The whole reason why I told you guys this whole story is because I wanted to tell you something that I think is so important. Your words matter. The way you treat people matters. And one day, we all pass on from this life one day. And don't you want your legacy to be like Ava's? Don't you want people to remember how nice you were and how you were a friend to everyone, especially people that needed a friend? Like, what a beautiful way to live, and what a inspiration. And that's what I wanted to get on here and tell you is, like, be that kind of friend. Search out someone that looks lonely or down or new and just befriend them and be kind and build them up. Be a builder of people. That's just my message today. All right, bye. All right, you guys, we just got out of Ambree's last ever back brace appointment because the doctor, this is so hard to say because he's grandma's cousin. So I don't want to say anything bad about him, but he's flat out rude to us. He was so disrespectful and unprofessional. Mind you, he screwed up and did a mirror image brace for her a few months ago and then treated us like we were the dumbest people ever. And now today we went in and he was so verbally rude. It's like, you've pulled an attitude. You just don't give a damn about your back. I'm like, she has gone through so much hell for wearing this back brace day in, day out, and like basically torture for 20 hours a day for a year or more, over a year. And you're saying she doesn't give a damn about her back. He said that. You have to have an attitude of like, I don't give a damn. I said, hold on, I'm going to have to stop you right there. And he ignored me.
I was like,
continued
can
to
you
talk,
let my mom talk?
And verbally abused my child right in front of me. And I was like, he didn't understand. He's like, what evidence do you have? Show me evidence that your back is getting stronger, not in the brace. And she's like, I felt like my back was weak and in pain. And now that I'm not wearing the brace, my back feels good and strong. And her back improved 1 degree. Not wearing the brace the last 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. So I'm like, dude, there is science and then there's personal revelation. I think there's room for both. And yes, I do believe this brace helps people because I think that it helped Zade a lot. And I think that it helped her lower back and some things. But I think that there's also an element in all people's care where you have to advocate for yourself and use prayer and personal revelation, where you are weighing all of the facts, which is what Ambree did. She had a hard few weeks where I was just sitting in her sleepless nights, you guys. Is it okay for me to say this? Where she was in literal tears and in so much pain she couldn't even handle anything. And I finally just had to say to her, like, and she was conflicted. She's like, I know I have to wear the brace, but it hurts so bad. And like all these things. And I finally sat down with her and I'm like, you are going to have to get on your knees and pray and ask for guidance and then trust it and use your gut and use personal revelation and intuition. And I said, and I trust you. Go for it, sis. She did the work, put in the prayers, and her answer was, I'm not going to wear the brace anymore. And I agreed with her because if it was to the point where you were mentally ill because you were in so much physical pain constantly, then it's not worth it. And if you have to get surgery one day, fine, right?
He also said just barely that I probably wasn't going to get surgery.
If it stayed how it is. But you have another year of growing, maybe 2 years of growing, and I think you are going to get much taller. But he basically said, I said, okay, I guess we're done then. Because she's like, I'm not going to wear the brace. And he goes, okay, we're done. Basically leave, don't pay me today, get out of here, never come back.
It's like he didn't care about what, it's like he was the doctor and he knew everything. It's like he didn't care about what the patient was feeling. Like, I knew that my back was weaker and it was getting stronger.
And we were 30 minutes late to our appointment, so I think he was already just like rude and pissed off from that. And I felt bad about that. I'm like, I'm coming from over an hour away and I had like traffic. I ran out of gas. There were just little things that I didn't realize. Yes, I made mistakes. I was here a little bit late, but like, you need to be able to leave that frustration at the door. At least like, and if he would have told us like, I don't have time for you today, that would have been better than what he did, to where he's so rude. So, Ambree is not coming back here ever again. It was a absolute dumpster fire, this appointment, and I am disgusted. If we need help with her, we'll have to find somewhere else, because, I mean, I've given this place, what, $15,000, I think? And for him to treat us like garbage like that, just because she wasn't wearing her brace the way he wanted her to, and then she had feelings and said, like, I felt like it was making my back weak and it hurt my back, and now I feel better. You should have seen the anger in his eyes. It was so weird. I'm like, don't take it personal, dude. Like, it was weird, and
he acted like he couldn't be wrong.
Yeah, it was.
He was
rude.
like, science says you don't have any proof. Show me the proof. I'm like, how can I show you?
From day one, I
felt
I felt frustrated with this guy, because from day one he was like, oh yeah, we can fix it. We can fix their backs. And then, like, after you give him the check after a few months, then he's like, well, it'll never go away. Like, wait a minute. So, but I do. It's hard because I'm not trying to throw everything he does under the bus at all. I'm going to stop right now. I do believe that the brace and the technology work and they're good, but there's a payoff. It's like, at what cost? Is it going to cost your life because you get into so much dark thoughts and so much pain that you can't function and you give up? Then that's not worth it to me, to anyone. So have some respect for your customers. I don't know. It was so weird. Like, I just wish that he would have been able to see that we weren't there. Like, we were there trying to, like, just have the x-ray and see how things are going. And he ripped my daughter apart and basically told her she has an attitude problem and all these things, when I'm like, oh, please. Yes, it was hard to get her to wear her brace.
You know what? I
times,
did have an attitude problem when I was there. I did have an attitude problem
because he was rude to her all the time.
So mad at him all the time.
Yeah, so he was very rude, and I am never going back. We're still really upset that that went so badly. But, do you have the keys? But it's our date now, and so we need to just let all that go. And so the secret's out of the bag. Ambree is not wearing her brace anymore because she was not doing well mentally and emotionally, right? Mm-hmm. Physically either. She said, Mom, I just don't think it's the right answer for me. She said a lot of prayers, and she felt like she needed to just strengthen and do workouts and get into volleyball, and just, that's what we're doing. So, next chapter.
All right, guys, we are wrapping up the vlog now. I got to hang out with Frankie. April drove the whole day today. She's a good driver, and he did good. But we're gonna end the vlog now. Got all the kids in bed. Moving forward with the concrete. I had a little meeting with the pool people today, and just things are happening. So before you know it, we'll be swimming in freezing cold. So.
Did you tell the vlog what happened with the concrete?
No. There's a situation. I don't know how we get so lucky with these contractors, but there's a bit of a situation, and we lost some money on a guy that took our money.
Took our money
and didn't do what he said.
Actually, I can't do it.
Didn't do what he said he was gonna do. So that's a bummer. But we found another concrete company that they're the guys that came and helped with the basketball court, and they are an awesome company. And
I wanted to hire them from the get-go, but
yeah, it was complicated, but the right guys are coming on Thursday in a few days to do it. But tomorrow's Halloween, so kids are so excited for that. EB Halloween. Thanks for watching. Find good and everything. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Okay, Andrew.
Play a tune for us. Oh, you gonna sing? Okay, play your tunes.
And you're blowing it.
Yay!